Hey, listen, I understand. You understand bleep happens. You got to scramble before last minute events. You've done this many, many times before, but I don't think I ever remember you having to find short main event replacements for 2 events back to back like you have recently. Man, what have the last couple of weeks been like for you, Dana?
Yeah, you're probably right. Yeah, it's been a rough couple of weeks. We've been grinding in here, but this is what we do. This is the business. People get hurt and things happen.
Things do happen and people do get hurt. Let me ask you about Khamzat Chimaev for Saturday night. He's forced out with a, quote, violent illness. Listen, from the very first time I saw this guy, I hit you up with like, dude, this guy is incredible. You've told me many times this guy could fight every day if you let him. He loves to fight. What is he dealing with and how bad is it?
Yeah, it's a good question. The problem is that we really don't know. Every time this guy gets close to a fight, like I saw video footage of him on the ground, violently ill, and he was hospitalized again. So he hadn't trained for like 3 or 4 days or 5 days. I don't know exactly what the number was, but we could not put him into a fight next weekend.
Any sense of how long he'll be out and how concerned are you?
Yeah, I mean, you said it best yourself. I mean, I saw this kid on Fight Island. He wanted to fight the next weekend. I let him fight the next weekend. He looked incredible. He's been on this tear. And then, lately it's been hard to get him into the octagon. Every time he gets close to fighting, he gets really sick. I don't know what to say it's not like he's over here in this country and we've had doctors here look at him or anything like that. He's sort of out of touch. So it's tough to deal with.
Dana White's joining us. So you got to deal with the business aspect. So you come up with a replacement fight and you get Ikram Askarov. And look, these fights are never easy to put together, especially who's going to want to fight Robert Whittaker on short notice? Like nobody except this guy. How happy are you with the quality replacement fight you have here?
Who wants to fight this guy on short notice? Only Robert Whittaker. We literally offered this guy to everybody in the division. We were trying to get this guy fights. Nobody wanted to fight him. And now Whittaker's going to fight him on short notice. And the beautiful thing, it's funny because he's got 7 first-round finishes, 6 wins by knockout, 5 by submission. This dude is dangerous. His only loss, he's on a 7-fight win streak. His only loss in his career is the Khamzat Chimaev. So it makes it very interesting. I mean, well, if you look at the guys that are ranked, in the top 15, you got a killer like this kid coming in. And you're worried about him, you want to fight up, right? So let's say you're ranked number 10 and you're in the middleweight division. You want to fight up. You don't want some killer like this coming in and trying to take your number 10 spot. So it's tough to get these kind of guys fights, but Whittaker's a stud. He's fought everybody. He's seen it all. He's done it all. And he accepted the fight on short notice.
All right, so that should be something that's coming up. Saudi Arabia. Dana, so like I mentioned, there's nothing you haven't seen in this sport. There's nothing you haven't seen with Conor McGregor. So what's the first thing that goes through your mind when you realize that after Conor tells everybody this is going to be the greatest comeback in the history of sports, that you got to pull the plug on that fight?
Yeah, it happens. The thing with me is once I start to get these guys that are older, you get the guys that have cemented their legacies and made their money and done their things, the Jon Joneses, the Conor McGregors, these guys. I'm never very optimistic as it is, so it's listen, I'm in the fight business. I got to put on fights every Saturday. When those type of guys show up, it's fun. But I run the business, man.
You put on your tinfoil hat, Dana, because you've heard all the conspiracy theories about Conor. He's not really hurt. He really just wants to negotiate. He really doesn't want to do any of the press. He's really hurt, right?
Conor McGregor, I've said it many times before, and I'll say it again. Conor McGregor has never done that. Conor McGregor never leads up to a fight and tries to renegotiate a contract or get more money. He's never done anything even remotely close to that. He is as solid can be when it comes to being a business partner. Conor McGregor is hurt right now. It's absolutely real. He's never done anything like that.
Before we talk about the replacement fight there, you mentioned Jon Jones. Where is Jon Jones in his rehab physically? How long do you think before we see him again?
Yeah, he's doing well. We'll see him soon. We'll see him either this summer or in the fall.
All right, so you've got a replacement fight for McGregor and Chandler, and you've got Alex Pereira. That's not a bad way to go. And you have Yuri Prohaska for the main event in 303. Great short notice replacement fight, too. What do you expect to see in that fight?
Yeah, I mean, a lot of people are saying the card is better now, you know. Obviously, Yuri and Alex is going to be an absolute war. Should be a fun fight. In Ortega versus Diego Lopez, incredible. We got Ian Gary versus Michael Venom Page. Solid, fun card. Should be good.
Hey, Dan, really quickly, where does that leave Chandler?
Chandler, I think poor Chandler wants to wait for Conor McGregor, man. And, you know, but whatever he wants to do. If he wants to get a fight this summer, we'll do whatever he wants. He's one of the greatest athletes I've ever worked with. He's a good human being. And I like him a lot. Whatever he wants to do, we'll figure out for him.
He's a good dude, man. Michael Chandler's a good dude. He's always in the gym. He's always working out. You know, to your point, poor Michael Chandler. He's been waiting so long for that. He's finally going to get it and that payday. I mean, Dana, last thought, is there look, I ask you this because you've said this so many times on the show. When you have $100 million in the bank, there's less reason to get up and get punched in the face every day like Conor, and who knows what that number is now. Is there a chance that we've seen the last of Conor in the cage?
It's a great question. When guys get up to that, Conor's going to be 36 in July, and yeah, he's got plenty of money, and you know, I don't ever look at it. I don't ever think that guys like that, Jon Jones, who knows, maybe he'll fight again, maybe he won't. Conor McGregor, maybe he'll fight again, maybe he won't. You never know with some of the guys that get to that level. You never know if you're ever going to see him again.
I lied. Dana, one last thought. Is there new Izzy news? Is Izzy going to fight again? Will he get a shot at the belt?
The other thing with getting older, too, is like you were talking about the racehorses, you get injured a lot easier. You know, you get hurt a lot easier. More injuries happen than did when you were younger, and you're less willing to step in there with an injury than you were when you were young and hungry.
That you're less willing to do everything as you get older. I know, I'm getting older. What about Israel Adesanya? Is he going to get a shot?
Yeah. Apparently, he already announced his own fight.
Right. So, I was going to ask you about that.
He's fighting in Perth. Yes. You'll see him fighting here soon. Where the hell is it? Oh, it's over there. Duplessis, yeah. And August 17th in Perth. Now it's official.